Hello and welcome back. We're so glad you're here today. Come and join the Young Toddler group as we interact and play. My name is Tamika Reese and I'll be your guide through this visit. And this visit will go over the parent-child interaction. We'll talk about the child-centered development, and then we'll also go over the family well-being. All right, let's get started. To begin our visits, we're going to make sure that we call everyone's attention, get our child focused and centered on the activity, and know that it's time for us to do this fun activity together. So we're going to start off with the welcome song. So our welcome song is entitled Hello. So it goes, hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Then you're going to go on and you're going to welcome everyone that's there to do the activity with you. You can start off with your child and you can say, my name is Miss Tamika, so I'm going to say, Miss Tamika's here, Miss Tamika's here. Hello, and how are you? And I would answer, I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. And then you can go on and you're going to introduce everyone that's in the activity so you can introduce mommy, daddy, sister, brother, whomever else will be there with you that's going to join in with the activity. The next thing we're going to do is our book reading. Remember, it's very important that we read to our children daily. It can be like a set time, so you can either do this every morning or you can do it at night before bedtime, or it could just be random. Make sure that you have books for your child to explore. At this age, sometimes those soft pages might be a little bit hard for them to turn, so it's kind of good for you to have board books to help you be able to open and close. And then with the board books, the pages are stiff, so it'll be easier for them to turn, and it also helps with your child's fine motor skills, being able to pick up these pages and move them. So the name of this book is Teddy Bear, and Other Favorite Nursery Rhymes. We're going to read two of them, and as you can see, I have our bears with us. So first, we're going to start off with our first one. But when you're talking to your child, make sure that you talk about the parts of the book. So remember, this is the front of the book, the spine of the book, and the back of the book. All right, let's get started. Teddy Bear. Look at this teddy bear sleeping. So it says, Teddy Bear, touch your nose. Teddy Bear, touch your toes. Teddy Bear, turn around. Teddy Bear, touch the ground. Teddy Bear, go upstairs. Teddy Bear, say your prayers. Teddy Bear, turn off the lights. Teddy Bear, say good night. Oh. Now let's read one more. What's a good one that Miss Tamika likes? One that I know. Oh, this will be a good one. London Bridges. London Bridge. London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Look at the baby. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. The end. So with this type of book, it's just different nursery rhymes and songs. Maybe some of these you might have known from your childhood. Some of these might be new to you. But this is a good type of book for you to read. It may not have like a story, but it goes along with different nursery rhymes that are known. So maybe there might be a book like this for your culture that kind of represents some of those childhood nursery rhymes and songs that you used to do. That'll be a good thing and a good way for you to introduce your child to some of the things that go along with your culture, that goes along with your past, and that goes along with some of your family traditions that you have. So the name of our parent-child activity is Bears with Feelings. So you see we have our bears. So for this, you're going to need a stuffed bear, and maybe you can include your child's favorite bear. And then you're also going to need a handheld mirror, so you can kind of use it to show your child that you can make different facial expressions in the mirror. So what's in it for us? What we're going to focus on today is social and emotional development. That's our developmental topic that we're going to focus on. So we're going to focus on your child, they're being able to express their emotions, understanding to label these emotions that they're feeling. So when your child is noticing different ways that we act when we have different emotion, your child understand that moods fit your actions. So this means that your child being able to understand when you come in the house and you have this big smile, and they can understand that, mommy, you're happy, why are you so happy? Or if you can come in the house and you're like breathing hard, you're sad, they're looking at these actions that are coming from your body language. Your child is able to understand that you're feeling sad or frustrated or upset. So a safety tip for this activity is 2-year-olds are learning to deal with ups and downs of emotions, and we all still sometimes have to deal with that. So your child may lose control. Trying to talk about emotions during a tantrum is not an effective way, as waiting until your child is calmed down. Help him use their words to describe how they are feeling. So when your child is in having these big emotions and expressing these big feelings when they're throwing these tantrums, that's not the best time for you to be like, are you feeling sad? Are you mad? Or whatever. Like talking about that. It's kind of like giving them the tools that they need to calm down. So telling them to breathe in, breathe out, giving them those tools that they need in order for them to understand how to calm down. That's what you do then. But then later on, when your child is calm and focused, maybe like, remember when you were so upset, you were crying, you were mad, you were feeling some type of way, you were mad, you were angry, then maybe that's be a good time for you to talk to them about that. So what you're going to need to do for this activity is you're going to allow your child to play with their bear. So here we have our baby doll. So your child is going to play with their baby doll. And then you're going to use parallel talk while you're exploring, describing what your child is doing. So if your child has their baby doll and you're like, they're patting, they're rubbing. Oh, you're taking care of your baby doll. You're rubbing their back. You're helping them feel better. Or, oh, you have your baby doll and you're holding them and you're putting them to sleep. Shh, shh, shh. Let's put our baby doll to sleep. So you're going to use that parallel talk, telling your child what they're doing. And then after you do that, you're going to ask your child open-ended questions. What do you think your baby is feeling, your bear is feeling? Why do you think your bear is feeling that way? So if you feel like this baby, what is this baby doing? This baby is sleeping. So what do you think your baby is feeling? So maybe my baby is feeling sleepy. My baby is tired. Why do you feel your baby's tired? Oh, because my baby had a long day. They went to grandma's house. They played outside. They did a lot of things today to be tired. So then you're going to talk to your child about feelings and fear. Why might the bear be afraid? Why might the bear be happy? Why might the bear be angry, sad, or surprised? Ask your child how to show these feelings. So at this time, you're going to, can you show me an angry face? This will be a good time to use the mirror. So ask your child, what does your face look like when you're sad or angry? So you're going to have the mirror and you're like, show me an angry face, and give them the mirror so they can see what they're doing. And then they can have the understanding of, when I'm angry, my face looks like this. And then you can continue this play until with the teddy bear, as long as your child is interested. So that's just kind of the gist of how you're going to do the activity with your bear. And you see we have some different emotions. This bear is what? Angry. Oh, why do you think this bear is angry? And this bear is what? Sad. As you can see, I was making the sad face. Sad. Say it slowly and things like that. So these are things you can do with your child just to kind of help them understand some of these emotions that they have that come along with life. So other things that you're going to do in this activity, even though our main focus is social and emotional, we're going to also, this is another activity for helping with your child's language. So your child is learning language that he needs in order to express his feelings. So because our ultimate goal is to be able to have our child to be able to verbally express themselves. So when they're like, I'm angry, I'm mad at you, I don't want that, things like that, being able to verbally say it instead of throwing things or hitting people or having these big emotions. Our ultimate goal is being able to have our child to verbally express. And then they're also Your child is using facial expressions to communicate a message. So being able to have those angry, those eyebrows that are drawn in, or that big smile, or the turn down lips for a sad face. Being able to understand that those are some of the things that happen when you have these emotions and you're feeling them. So for you, as a parent, your behavior that you're going to be focusing on is nurturing. You're going to help your child recognize, label their feelings. Your child will get better and better at this as they're able to control their feelings and when they're able to communicate with you about what they're feeling. Okay, so to continue this learning throughout the week, as children learn about their own emotions, they start to notice the expressions and feelings in others. Be honest about how you're feeling. Some days you may be tired or sad. Share this with your child. Singing is a good way to explore emotions. Ask your child, if you're sad and you want to sing, what would it sound like if you sung the song, Roll, Roll, Roll Your Boat? So if you're like, okay, if I'm sad, remember we're sad. Let's pretend we're sad. Okay, now we're going to sing Roll, Roll, Roll Your Boat. How would that sound if we're sad? So you could be like, roll, roll, roll your boat. Or you could do other songs like the ABC song or things, one of your favorite songs. And then you can do this going along with the different emotions. You can say if you're happy or you're surprised, how would you sing roll, roll, roll your boat? Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. So that's just kind of like helping them that's another way for them to use their feelings and emotions and being able to them express them and kind of giving them a way to understand what feelings are. So I hope you enjoy this activity with your child, and when your home visitor call you to do this activity with you, make sure you have everything together and prepared so that we can have a good fun time helping our children learn to express their feelings. So the parent handout for this week is entitled Mindfulness for Children. So mindfulness is, on its simplest form, is a technique to learning how to pay attention to the details of the present moment. So the benefits are numerous and includes social skills, enhancing focus, fewer attention problems, and deeper relationships with others. As a parent, it is important for you to have your own mindfulness practice. Children learn a lot from watching others. So they're more likely to have success in their own practice if they see you benefiting and enjoying it for yourself. So a popular mindful exercise is known to be as stop. And doing the stop. A stop can be very helpful. So what stop is an acronym. So it's STOP, and it stands for stop, take a breath, observe, then proceed. So when you are doing some things, it's like you're just going along with everyday's life, hassles and everything, sometimes we just need to take that moment. So maybe like after you've gotten your groceries, everyone's buckled up in the car, and sometimes we do need to take that moment to just kind of stop and just become mindful, because we're going to transition to this hurried situation to where we need to actually be mindful and paying attention to the cars and everything around on the road with us. So just take that moment to just be mindful. So, or you notice your child is kind of upset and frantic. So this is a good exercise that you could use to kind of help your child bring themselves back down and centered and understand, like kind of like focus on the task at hand. So what we're going to do is, let's do it together. We're going to stop. So just take a moment and pause no matter what you're doing. So like I said, before you get ready to drive, just stop. Then the next step you would do is to take a breath. Feel the sensation of your own breath, which brings you back to the present moment. So the good way to take your breath is to breathe in through your nose and then hold it for a second. Breathe out of your mouth. So that way you get to just take a moment to just breathe in, breathe out of your mouth. So that means you can kind of take a moment to feel your breath as you're doing this. Then you can observe. Observe is acknowledging what's happening, whether it's a good or bad situation, inside and outside of you. So just kind of take a moment to see what's going on. And then the next step is to proceed. After briefly checking in with the present moment, continue with whatever you're going to get ready to do. So this is a good thing, like before you get ready to drive, or maybe before you're getting ready to do like a big activity with your child, just taking that moment to be mindful and do this stop exercise. That means stop, take a breath, observe, then proceed. So there are a lot of ways to becoming mindful as a process can be easy and fun. So for it to be fun, you can take advantage of your child's love for superheroes. Ask your child to be like them. Everyone's favorite character can help them focus on what they can smell, hear, and taste with their super sense. So that's a good thing to do. You can help your child. We're gonna be a superhero. Then like, as a superhero, what's something that you smell? So that's helping them being mindful and aware of what's going on in their environment. So another way you can do is going on a mindful walk. So you can pay special attention to the sounds of nature. So that's another way for you to be mindful and understand what's going around you. Or another activity you can do with your child is mindful eating. So when you take time to teach your child to eat slow and savor the piece of maybe like some candy or a special treat or a dessert that you might be having, just kind of like be mindful. First, being mindful, you could do like first, let's smell. What are we gonna eat? We're gonna smell it. Oh, let's hold it. Let's feel it. Let's touch it. What does it touch? Then you'll be like, okay, let's taste it. So you're going through all the senses. Maybe your sight. What do I see? Tell me about what you see. When you see your candy, what do you see? When you touch your candy, what do you feel? When you smell it, let's listen to it. Can you hear anything? And then we're going to last so we can taste. So that's being mindful of what you're doing. And another thing you can do is have a mindfulness jar. So you can fill the jar with water and glitter. Explain to your child that glitter represents the thoughts that they're having when they are stressed and anxious. Shake the jar. The thoughts are scattered and swirling. Take a minute and let the glitter settle. So you're going to let it settle down. Now your thoughts are calming down, as you can see more clearly. So this is a good way for you to, that's a good activity for you to use with your child to help them understand that thought of mindfulness. So when they're upset, they're angry, they're frustrated or whatever, just give them that glitter jar. Say, look, are you feeling frustrated and anxious? Let's shake our jar. This is how your thoughts are. Now let's take a moment. Let's look at this glitter and we're going to let it settle. Breathe in, and that's a good way for you to do your stop. Breathing in, breathing out, stop. And once all the glitter is settled, then maybe like, okay, now are you feeling better? Now you're settled. So those are just some good ways, some good things you can do to kind of help your child be mindful and to kind of help them slow down during the process of doing things when they're upset. So our family well-being for this week is entitled Feelings in Our Family. So our ways of dealing with feelings, dealing with emotions may vary from family to family. Culture and heritage influence how we behave towards others and how we show our feelings. So in some cultures, it's okay for you to be very touchy-feely and huggy, and then in some cultures, it might be not okay for you to have that physical contact with others. So one of the roles as a parent is to teach your child what is acceptable and what is not acceptable in your culture and for your family. For example, you can encourage your child to understand and act on others people's feelings. Each child needs a unique guidance as they learn to do this. There are many ways to help your child show his feelings and act on others' feelings. You can model appropriate words and actions for your own feelings. That's one thing you can do. Or you can talk about others' feelings and give examples when you see them. Then you can talk to your child about why feelings occur. Discuss how your actions impact others' feelings. So that you can talk to them about when we hit other people because we're upset, it's not okay because you're going to hurt someone else. Yes, you might be upset and you might have to learn how to control that when you're upset, but it's not okay for you to hurt someone else when you're upset. So that's a good example of what you can talk about, how what you're feeling and your actions can affect another person. Or you could talk about when you get so angry and upset and you're screaming and yelling at someone else in their face. that's going to hurt their feelings. And we don't want to hurt anyone else's feelings. So maybe when we get upset, maybe we can find a different way to express and let out that anger. That's a good way to saying it's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to inflict our anger on others. So discuss ways of behaving that doesn't model your values. Again, so this is talking about the other people's behaviors that really are behaviors that are displayed that doesn't go with the values that you have for your family. These could be behaviors seen on television or behaviors seen in games or other peers at school. Talk about what you would like to see instead. So instead of just always focusing on the negative or things that you don't agree with, make sure you let them know what your expectations are. So explain the appropriate ways to express feelings in your family and culture, and then you can share emotional experiences from daily life, from books, or television shows and video games. So those are just some ways that you can kind of talk to your child about feelings and expressing them according to what you see in your environment and what the expectations are for your family. Because every family is different, every culture is different, and our expectations for our children may be different from the ones that another family have for their child. So we want to make sure we explain to our child what is expected in our family unit, because we are a unit and we're in this together. And even though other people may not do what we do, we want to make sure that you understand why we as a family do what we do. So that's just kind of like a summary of what the family and our feelings handout is. Go ahead and read it for yourself, go through it, and then these are things that you can, ideas that you can have to talk with your child about feelings and what goes on and the expectations that you have for your family. So when you're finished doing this, reading this handout, maybe some things you can reflect on. So take some time to think about you and your family. What ways do we model caring behavior? What do we do as a family to model caring behavior? Maybe we can do caring behavior amongst ourselves and the family, and then caring behavior that we model to people outside of our home. So I can tell you one thing that we do in our home to model caring behavior is, like, if we see someone, our neighbors struggling or something like that, maybe we can be like, oh, do you need help? Because we have neighbors with little kids. So I like, hey, do you see them? They need help. Maybe you can kind of help them get their groceries into the house or to the door, or things like that. And what are some ways we discourage unwanted behaviors? So you can think about what kind of ways what do you do as a parent to discourage the unwanted behaviors that you have in your child? So this is like just kind of reflecting on your parenting skills and what goes on in your family and how you can get the end results that you want. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you read over it and reflect on these things for you and your family. I want to thank you for joining us with this video. I've enjoyed doing this video for you. Remember, our focus this week was talking about our social and emotional development and growth. Just a few announcements. Remember, we're going to have our parent meeting this month, and then the socialization is going to be with the Children's Museum. Want to make sure that you go to that and enjoy that. And then also we're going to start recruiting for our next school year. So if you have a family or friend who might be interested in this program, please don't hesitate to contact your home visitor. Let them know, talk to your friend about what the program is and how you've enjoyed it. Let them know some of the good positive highlights about the program and all the good things that we're doing to help you and support you in your child's development. Contact your home visitor. Maybe they can get the number of your friend and call them and let them know about what's going on. Just kind of help us do some active recruitment. And I want to thank you for allowing us to weekly have these videos, work together with you and your child, and having a positive impact on you and your family. So enjoy your week, and I'll see you next week.